Northwest of Arizona, to Nicole, so she can share with us why we're interviewing today. So Nicole, take it away.
Well, thank you so much, Karen. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to share my story. My name is Nicole Smith. We moved to Oro Valley just under a year ago from New Jersey. We lived in New Jersey for 17 years, raising our 5 children. And actually, Arizona is state number 9 for me. I grew up in the Midwest in Iowa, and then moved to Texas, then to Missouri, then to New York, then to DC, San Francisco, San Diego, and then ended up in Jersey. So, I've loved everywhere I've lived. The kids were born in different places, and it's been really fun to explore the whole U.S. Anyway, so now we're here in Arizona, and right around COVID or during COVID and after COVID, I had 3 parents kind of have major health issues. So I was living in New Jersey, my mother was living in Los Angeles, and I started flying back and forth cross country as a diagnosis of dementia unfolded for my mother, and it was very, very difficult in so many ways.
Oh, wow.
And being a big reader and an advocate for literacy, I immediately looked for a book that would help me navigate this process with my mom, my dad, and my stepmom. And I could not find one there are a million books out there, but I couldn't find the one I needed to help me in managing the legal, medical, financial, and emotional aspects of everything that I was undertaking. And I compare it to learning 3 new languages simultaneously under duress with dire consequences. And fortunately, I have an aunt who's a nurse, a husband is a CPA. I hired an elder law attorney, so I was able to pull together a team to help navigate all this. And while I was going through this, I wrote a book about everything related to dementia and aging. So Diagnosis Dementia, your guide for eldercare planning and crisis management, because I'm still living the crisis.
Yes.
So I'm part of the sandwich generation. So I have 5 children and 3 aging parents scattered all over the U.S. And luckily I'm a good communicator. so that's how I've kind of built my team to manage all this.
So give us some insight to the struggles when you first started. What were you up against? Without your book, what some of the things you discovered?
Well, as many caregivers know, when they become a caregiver, you become a caregiver before you realize you're a caregiver. And I was completely clueless, and I flew out to go to my mom's neurology appointment. I just thought this is like a normal checkup. You get your blood pressure checked, you get your brain checked. I had no idea what was about. And my aunt had kind of set all this up as her healthcare proxy and is very much involved in her care, but either I was just too busy or too clueless and just didn't understand, because the only thing I associated with Alzheimer's was Ronald Reagan had it, and he was old, and that's what you get when you're old, and you lose your memory, and that's just whatever. So my mom was very young.
Wow.
And I didn't know anything about dementia, how it can manifest so differently. And my mom was a very feisty, active, engaged woman, and also she knew something was going on, and she was doing everything she could to hide it. And was very paranoid, which is also common. She was in denial, which is also common. So things started slipping. The bills, driving. Thank goodness she never cooked, so we didn't have to worry about her blowing the house up.
Yeah.
But so it just kind of unfolded in like slow motion terror, and it was hard. It still is hard. She's in memory care now, but it's a super long, crazy story.
Yeah. So the process from you first finding out, your mother's going through this, and your other 2 parents, until you wrote the book, what's the timeline? How long did it take you?
I started writing to process everything right away. So literally I got the book out. I self-published, and I had a lot of connections in the literary world. I published it in like 2 years.
Oh, wow. Well, that's very good.
Yeah, because I kept learning and watching and reading, and I every time I found a good resources, I would record it and write about it and add it and insert our story and as to why it's important, and then I just got it out there.
Well, that's wonderful. So, you said the book is here in the Oro Valley Public Library, so that's a connection. Are you on Amazon?
Yeah, I'm on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. I'm in both Barnes & Noble stores, East and West in Tucson.
Oh, good.
And I have a website, njsmithbooks.com.
And I will have that information in the written portion after this. My other question that came up while I'm thinking, so you must have a network of people here too, locally in Tucson, the Oro Valley area, that you work with. Who are some of the other supporters that you work with here for dementia?
I've been to the PCOA several times, the Pima Council on Aging.
Okay.
So they've got all kinds of, there's memory cafes and death cafes and support networks. I'm also part of a national support group called daughterhood.org.
Okay.
So you had your childhood friends, you had your motherhood friends, now you have your daughterhood friends. So we're all dealing with parents that are aging and have issues, and it's an online support group, support network, and there's different circles, community circles offered a month long on Zoom for anyone to Zoom into. It's all free, and we have connection circles where you log on just to vent, cry, share, learn, and then we have topic circles which are more focused on either grief or caregiving 101 or dementia or navigating the hospital, things like that. So that's daughterhood.org. So that's what I'm involved in, and I just constantly network. I'm in the Spotlight group, which is a networking group for the aging population.
Well, you are very busy. So how many children do you still have at home?
Just one.
Oh, nice. Okay. Shush.
He just got his driver's permit, so pretty soon he'll be gone.
Don't rush him away. Don't rush him away. But I know that has to help with, all that you have taken on. So, any last thoughts that you might want to share with our audience?
Well, everyone's very scared about dementia, right? There's a fear. Like, it used to be the C word. You didn't say cancer. And now you don't say dementia. So it's very, but it literally, now they're coming out too saying it is preventable. Part of it's preventable through lifestyle. So you already know what to do. Get enough sleep, reduce your stress, have an active social life, exercise, and eat well. So if you do those 5 easy things, you're good. Well, no guarantees, but there's so much coming on because dementia affects so many people.
Everybody.
Yes, and so from between ages, 10% of people over 65 have dementia. Wow. And there's different kinds and affects different parts of the brain, and it's very complicated, but the more you learn about it, the more you know, the more informed you are, the less fearful you are.
Yes.
And
the more helpful you can be.
Yes. And it just behooves you to also just get your documents in order, your powers of attorney, your healthcare proxy, your healthcare directive. Talk about those before you're in the ER in a crisis situation.
Yes.
And so all those resources are in the book. I'm available. I do Zooms and talks. I talk to book clubs, community clubs, women's groups. And I'm teaching a class in Sun Valley in the fall, ILR class, a 4-week class on dementia.
Oh my goodness. So is it okay to ask if somebody in the public here listening to us knows of a group that could use your service? Could they reach out to you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Go to my website, njsmithbooks.com. There's a contact page on there, and just email me, and I'm at your service.
Wonderful. All right. Well, that's amazing. You're just such a trooper, and I know the stress and mental fatigue it must put on you. So you're a survivor, so that's good. So, folks, after this video, please look up her information, reach out to her, just maybe say thank you even. So we appreciate you listening in today and looking more from Nicole's book here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.